Any luck now? There we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to check an alliance quest first, since it looks like that just started. Yep. So I'm going to join there real fast. Okay, so I'm going to check an alliance quest first, since it looks like that just started. Yep. So I'm going to join there real fast. Okay, so I'm going to check an alliance quest first. Alright, so we're going to go with Star-Lord. Let's see. Go with Hulk for poison immunity. And then Luke Cage because he's Luke Cage. Go with Star-Lord. Hulk for poison immunity. And Luke Cage because he's Luke Cage. Alright, so we used up Alliance Quest energy, now it's finally time to start grinding for Korg. So I'm going to finish up that round in the Catalyst Arena. Now it's finally time to start grinding for Korg. And then I'll get started in Korg. As you guys can tell, the arena death matches are a lot more frequent now. There are a lot more players with high ranked champions, so kind of got screwed here with that. So against Sparky, when you're a bit outmatched like this, you want to try to bait that special attack and then get a heavy attack in if you're not using Cosmic Champions to get rid of his AI. That makes it possible to land special attacks. So there's that. AI's back, so we're gonna parry and try to parry and use heavy attack again. There it is. Alright. Use a special attack. Cool. So when you're outmatched like Sparky like this in arena, you really don't want to finish combos. Especially if he's duped and you get him below 50% health, his evade chance goes up. There we go. Just got rid of the AI. And see if I can. There we go. Great. So, Iceman's Cold Snap's going to do a lot of damage here, but it's going to help Hulk as long as it doesn't do too much. He'll get his attack up a lot. It helps a lot if you can bait Iceman's SP2 when his ice armor is active, because that gets rid of it. And then Iceman's SP1, the trick to evading that is it's a bit of a delay animation. So he actually doesn't release his ice beam until the end of the animation. So it can be easy to take the bait too early because you see him start it up. You want to evade Iceman's SP1. Hold on. You want to evade Iceman's SP1 when he... Oops. I could have talking. When his hands are forward. So he doesn't actually release his ice beam until the end of the animation. I'll see if I can save this. We got Drax against Blade. So against Blade in Arena, you want to try to bait his special attacks as much as possible, because Blade's going to shrug off debuffs based on how much power he has. So if you keep attacking him and his power gets higher, bleed or poison or anything else is not going to last that long. So there, we just got him over a bar of power. I'm going to try to bait a special attack before I use Drax's SP2. I'm also going to use it early in the combo instead of doing a full combo, so again, the bleed's going to last longer because he has less power compared to if I did the full combo. Alright, so try to beat that SP1 again. There it is. Saving up for Drax's SP2 because his SP2 is a lot harder than his SP1. Close to a bar there. I'm just going to hit him a few times. Okay, so now if Drax can get bleed on his SP2, the bleed's going to last long. If I can bait that SP1, there it is. So I'm going to keep attacking. This blade's almost done here. See if I can get him. Not quite. Oh, that sucks. That sucks a lot. Whoops. Oh. And that's why you gotta be careful with those arena death matches. Because one mistake at the end right there, and it's over. Okay, finally, I'm gonna refresh these champs and get started on Korg. So for those of you watching, I started planning on actually going for Korg in the 5-star arena once someone had released his abilities on Reddit. So for the entire month I've been saving units. Oh, big surprise. Server issues. For the entire month I saved units and battle chips to try to get, my goal was 6,000, which I was able to do. Because 3,000 units, that if you have 3 6-star champions, that'll get you about 10 million points. So 6,000, that's 20 million just refreshing the 6-star champions. So I figured an extra 20 million on top of 30 to 40 that I'm going to try to do. Hopefully that'll be enough. All right. Here we go. Because my goal was to see if I could get Korg in the 5-star arena without actually spending any money on in-game currency, units, or anything else to reach a high enough score. Yeah, Dion, I see I lost the streak. Thanks for the reminder. So let that be a lesson. If you're fighting Blade in arena and he's got over 2 bars of power, you probably want to bait a special attack instead of trying to parry and get an attack in, since he's going to get rid of stun almost immediately. See if I can bait Abomination special attack, or if the AI is going to go into all or nothing mode like it loves to do in the arena. Okay. So yeah, watch me get cornered because the AI is in all or nothing mode. Thankfully I have Ant-Man, so hopefully the glance scene will be able to save me if Abomination does use his SP3. In the earlier arena rounds, when you're trying to build that infinite streak, a lot of the time the AI won't use special attacks, especially its SP3. If it gets full power, it'll just keep attacking. In later rounds, when you're trying to get that streak, once the ranked up 6-star champs come in on the AI's team, you really want to be careful there, because they will use the SP3 almost every time. King Groot has terrible attacks, so even on his special attacks, it's not going to do much damage. King Groot has terrible attacks, so even on his special attacks, it's not going to do much damage. For those of you watching, got a question for you guys. Does anyone know, when you set your masteries, say you want to run suicides for arena, if you place your defenders in Alliance War, does Alliance War lock your champs with the masteries you have? Or if you change your masteries during the defense or during the attack phase, will Alliance War update your defenders to have your current masteries? So if anyone knows the answer to that, feel free to chime in on the chat. Suicides would make it a lot easier to finish the arena fights faster, but running suicides for Alliance War defense is really not the best strategy. So when I'm trying to get the infinite streak in 5-star arena or Catalyst or any arena, what I try to do is I try to go through the worst 4-star champs I have right off the bat, the ones who just have terrible attack. I have all my 4-star champions at rank 3 or higher, so that helps with trying to get as many points in arena. Alright, looks like Dion gave an answer. Awesome. Thank you, Dion. That's very good to know. But like I was saying, I try to go through champs like Colossus, Daredevil Netflix, Doctor Strange, Joe Fixit, She-Hulk early on, because I don't have enough, or I don't have as many 4-star champions as I would like at rank 4 or higher. So if you use 3 4-star champions at rank 3, there's a good chance you're going to get a death squad in the 5-star arena. So right now I try to burn a combination of my lowest PI 4 stars with the ones that just have terrible attack. So in that case, if I do end up getting a death squad with rank 3 4-star champions, hopefully I'm using one that can hold their own, like say Hawkeye, Proxima Midnight, Gladiator Hulk, Psylocke. Power control champions are great even against death squads in the 5-star arena. So I told some of my alliance mates that I was doing this, that I'm going to be offering advice on how to practice things like intercepting in arena. It's hard to do that before you get to the infinite streak, because the AI in the early arena rounds is a lot different than what you get compared to the infinite streak AI. So it can be hard to intercept because the AI will be really passive. It'll just hold block or won't attack. That's not the best situation to practice your intercepting. You want to practice intercepting against AI that's going to be similar to difficult game content, like Alliance War, Uncollected, Event Quests, Labyrinth of Legends. And harder game content AI is a lot more similar than the early arena AI. So once I get a little farther in arena in a little bit, I'll be showing you guys how I've practiced intercepting in Arena. It's been really helpful for using Proxima Midnight in Alliance War. She's really a beast on Alliance War attack if you know how to use her. But it does take a lot of practice intercepting to get good with that. So when I'm building my streak in the 5-star arena, I use 4-star champions until I get the full 3 times multiplier. And even once that kicks in, I still like to use 4 stars for a couple of rounds so I can maximize how many points my 5 stars are going to get. Let's see. Cat probably has the best attack out of these 3, so I'm going to put him with the class disadvantage against Karnak. I'll put She-Hulk against Cable because Joe Fixit has bleed. Let's see if She-Hulk can get a stun. There it is. And she'll take out Cable before he can use his SP3. So, as you can see, Carnage is getting health back because Joe Fixit is putting some kind of debuff on him. I don't know, I never use him. When you're playing against champions in Arena that have the willpower buff, you want to be careful under what situations you use attacks that are going to help those champions heal because of willpower. Like with Joe Fixit, his SP1, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does do decent bleed damage. If you're fighting champions that have willpower, the willpower is going to get back a lot of that health that it's lost on the bleed damage, so instead it's probably a better idea to go with Joe Fixit's SP2 because there's no debuff, except for the stun at the end, but that's going to at least let you get another combo in. Just something to keep in mind based on the masteries of your Arena opponents. Okay, so I think I'm going to do 2 or 3 more fights with the 4 stars and we'll start using the 5 stars. Okay, so let's see. Spider-Gwen doesn't have the best damage. Venom doesn't have great damage. And then I'll throw Ronan in there just because he has the lowest PI of available 4-star champs. And put Ronan against Black Panther Civil War since he gets more attack and longer stuns. If the opponent has the buffs active, Black Panther Civil War gets a lot of armors. Only 4 people watching right now, but if anyone watching has any questions, go ahead and ask. I'm keeping an eye on the chat, it's not that hard right now because only 4 people, but I'll try to answer any questions you guys might have. Here you guys are going to see Ronan do a lot more damage when the armor buffs are up for Black Panther Civil War. Ronin's a very underrated champion. I mean, he's nowhere near as good as some of the more popular attackers, but there are situations where he is a very good champ to have if he's duped. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw a lot of people post their 3-star or 2-star Ronin solos against the Adaptoid in the event quest this month. He's also very good in Alliance quest under certain circumstances. Okay, so I'm going to use 4 stars for 2 more fights, and then I'll get the 5 stars going. I'm just going to go with the lowest PI 4-star champs I've got. I've seen a lot of theories around about what actually works for avoiding death squads in the 5-star arena. I haven't come across anything that's worked 100% yet. Some people have said that if you use one rank 4 4-star champion with 2 rank 3 4-star champions, that does it, but a few weeks ago I got a death squad using a rank 4 Star-Lord with 2 rank 3 4-star champions, so that's not foolproof. I've also seen people mention that if you get a team PI of 10,000 or more, that also does it, but that arena team I used with the rank 4 Star-Lord, it was over 10,000 PI. Still got the death squad. I think maybe the only thing that's worked using a rank 2 5-star and 2 rank 1 5-star champions, but besides that, I haven't come across a recommendation that someone's given for how to avoid death squads in the 5-star arena that works 100% of the time. To get ready for the Korg arena, I've been I've been ranking up as many 5-star champions to rank 2 and as many 4-star champions to rank 4 this month as possible. I have managed to rank up enough 5-star champions to make it so I don't use any teams 3 rank 1 5-star champs in the 5-star arena. That's been helping a lot. But if Dion, if you're still watching, I know we've talked about how annoying it can be to get those death squads in the 5-star arena, especially if you get a team that has an rank 5 5-star Iron Man Infinity War. Rest in peace almost every time. It's also annoying if you get a rank 5 5-star Hyperion or Dormammu. If you're using rank 3 4-star champions, very little you can do in those situations to get the win. Okay, I'm gonna go with Jane Foster and let's go with Old Man Logan. Marvel, Bucky, and Symbiote Spidey, they have lower PI, but they are much better at holding their own against 5-star death squad teams. Okay. I'm gonna put Old Man Logan against Mordo because his ability to get all those buffs is going to feed Mystic Dispersion big time. Mordo has the most forgiving SP3 out of these opponents. Yeah, John, so I've saved up units and arena battleships all months so I could have units to refresh champions. If you want to get one of the new 5-star champions in arena, it's pretty much impossible to get a high enough score without spending units. Come on, take them out. There we go. The first time I went for a feature champion in 5-star arena was Luke Cage a few months ago. I had a lot of time on my hands. I wasn't working. I was working on finishing my master's thesis for school. And I was able to put up about, I think, 28.4 million without spending units, and that was enough to get him. So that I was really happy with that. A few weeks later or so, Hyperion came around in 5-star arena. Alright, might be in trouble here. Come on, attack. Crap. So Hood's gonna be stun immune right now. And after it wears off, he'll be stun immune. See if I get him to throw up an attack that I can evade and counter. There it is. Take him out. Of course, 1% left. Okay, but like I was saying with the Hyperion featured 5-star arena that happened a few months ago, I gave everything I have in that arena. I used, I think, 1,100 units to refresh champions. I put up 35.4 million with a win streak of 936 wins. And it was good enough for the 200 spots, so no 5-star Hyperion. That was just a little bit traumatizing. At that point, I had been holding on to 3 5-star Cosmic Awakening gems for months. I got one from... Crap, use your stupid... There we go. I got one 5-star Cosmic gem from Act 5-3, and Mortal doesn't want to attack for some reason. At least now I can get the SP2 off. And we're getting the buffs active, okay, when he has his SP3. So Act 5-3, Act 5-4, and Labyrinth of Legends each give me a Cosmic Gem. So not getting Hyperion after putting up 936 wins was very disappointing. However, what was kind of ironic about that is that ended up being a good thing, because a few months ago I think I got Proxima Midnight. And her utility is just off the charts. Hyperion is God tier, top 10 champ in the game, no question. But I've been very pleased with being able to awaken Proxima Midnight. I still have two Cosmic Gems that are 5 stars. I'm hoping to get Corvus Glaive and Heimdall at some point to use them on. And now we're going to start going into the 5-star champs. So again, like I said, for the 4-star champions, when I'm building the streak, I'd try to use 5 stars that have the worst attack. I also try to pair them based on synergy, because that increases PI. So here we go. 3 of my worst 5 stars, they're going in first. No chance for class advantage. She-Hulk's... no, can't put She-Hulk against Black Panther. Let's do it this way. Daredevil Netflix has the armor break. That can be useful against Black Panther Civil War. So, Black Panther Civil War's SP1 is very fast. If you're at close range and he has a bar of power, you really don't want to try to evade his SP1 like that. I see how I blocked it. Because if you try to evade it, you may evade the first hit, but most of the time, if not all the time, you will get caught by the second attack. And with his reflective armor, even if you only get hit by the second attack of his SP1, that can do a lot of damage. I mean, up to half your life or more. So at close range against Black Panther Civil War, just block the SP1. Don't try to evade it, unless you've got Sparky or something. So Wolverine gains more health the higher his power is, so I'm trying to bait his special attack, so his regen won't give him back so much health. Knowing how the arena works, though, he's probably in... No, there it is. Cool. He's not in all or nothing mode, thank God. I'm going to stop attacking him again so I can get him to bait a special attack. That'll make his regeneration less effective. See if I can create some space. So what I'm doing here with Superior Iron Man, I'm hitting Wolverine while he blocks to create space. There was a Reddit user user who coined that term, Pound the Shield. It's a very useful strategy in Labyrinth of Legends. It's great for building the AI's power, so you can bait special attacks instead of having to rely on parry. Come on. Looks like he's got all or nothing unless he has 2 bars of power at least. And I'm still getting screwed. So let's see if a full combo and an SB3 can take him out. Forgot about that bar. Well. Phoenix isn't too hard in arena. There are, so see, notice how when she used her SB2 there, she got more Phoenix charges. So she converts Fury to Phoenix charges with her SB2. With her SB1, she converts Phoenix charges to Fury and she gains power. So if she has a lot of Phoenix charges and she uses her SB1, she can actually go from close to 0 to full power. You want to be mindful of that. So now I'm just attacking because her Fury's in countdown. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to use one more 5-star trash team, and then we'll start, and then I'll start bringing out the big guns. Okay, a little bit of a lag there. Okay, so I'm going to put Miles against Mordo because Miles can get power stun. Not power stun, whoops. Power drain on his Venom Blast. And I'm putting Rhino against Miles because he has more health. He's more of a tank, so if Miles gets an evade or something, Rhino can take it better than Spider-Gwen. So notice how Green Goblin just got a Madness charge there. Now he just got Cunning. When Green Goblin has an equal amount of those green and orange charges, he regains health. Also, when he has more orange than green, he will regain health. So notice he has 2 green charges and 1 orange there. He's not going to regain health. An easy way to remember this is green means go. I'm going to quote an Alliance teammate, your name on that one. So if you're fighting Green Goblin in Alliance War or in another game mode, if his green and orange charges are equal, or if he has more orange than green, stop attacking. He's going to get a lot of that damage back. Okay, so the orange is gone now. So I'll use a special attack. Stun, and it's over. Green Goblin also, he usually gains a green charge when he gains a bar of power. Something to keep in mind with how to manage those madness and cutting charges. If I can spread this combo out. Yep. Let's get rid of the power gain. See if I can bait his SP2. Nope. Come on. Still not using his SP. There it is. So for anyone who didn't know, the Infinite Streak in Arena starts at 15 wins. Once you get a streak of 15, if you use champions that have a high enough rating of PI, you're not going to get the death squads. However, from 15 to 18 in most arenas, that's still a vulnerable point. If you go with lower PI champs, you can still get the death squads. once you get past 18 in all the arenas except for the 5-star, you should be good. 5-star is a bit trickier because it's new. Players really haven't figured it out yet. What I like to do is, once I get to a streak of 15, I'll burn through my maxed out 4-star champions until I get to the low to mid 20s. And then I'll start cycling through the rest of the 5-stars. So here, I've got 6 wins to get to 15. I'm trying to do the math. That's 18 champs to go through to get there. So now I'm going to use my strongest 18 champs. Okay. Now, when you're fighting champions this strong in an arena that are players' teams, not the AI, it really helps if you can figure out which players run suicides. That way you can bait special attacks to help take out your opponents. I think this guy runs suicides, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So even if your arena opponents in these matches, they don't take the bait, they refuse to use special attacks, you can still get some damage done if you're having a little trouble with that, as long as they use them eventually. So Medusa has Living Strands active. I'm going to use heavy attacks on the parry there because those can't be auto-blocked. And now I'm going to use Karnak's SP1. Terrible damage, but now we got True Strike. It really helps if you can evade or intercept Medusa's heavy attack. If you're in Alliance War or another game mode, when you evade both of Medusa's heavy attacks, it makes it a lot easier for you to get cornered. If you can, I'll see if I can do it again. I know she's being too passive. But yeah, when you evade the first hit of Medusa's heavy attack, you can counter before she lands the second one. That really helps you prevent getting cornered. That can be a lifesaver in Alliance War. There was something I wanted to bring up for this stream, so against Blade, that is. It's very hard to counterattack Blade's special attacks, but it is possible. Let's see if I can show you guys how to counterattack his SB1. So here, too far away. So the trick to counterattacking Blade's SB1 is you want to be at close range, close enough so his sword hit misses you, and then parry the first projectile and evade the second encounter. So I'll see if I can show you guys how that's done. Nope, he just wants to hold block all day because kabam, right? Alright, no luck. I'll try to show you guys how to do that next time. Blade's SP2 you can counterattack if you evade the sword hits, or not evade, but if you're close enough where the sword hits miss and block the bullets, you can attack after that if you're at point blank range. Uh-oh. 5 hits, 60% damage. And that's why Sparky's one of the best in the game. Come on. Oh, shit! Very little room for error against Spider-Man Stark enhanced in Arena when he's rank 4, rank 5, 5-star. Really got to be careful with that matchup. Okay, so now I'm in the fights against the Death Squad teams, the high-ranked 6 stars. So for this, let's see. Deadpool hits like a noodle, so I'll put Luke Cage against Yondu in case Yondu gets his SP3. The AI in these fights is really random, very unpredictable. Sometimes it'll be very easy to bait out those special attacks. Sometimes the AI refuses to use special attacks. There's really no way to tell what you're going to get. Let's see if I can get Daredevil to bait his SP2. Looks like we're going to get all or nothing mode. So I've tried trying a number of things here. I'm trying to close the distance. I'm trying to wait, trying to attack blocked hits to bait him that way. As you can see, nothing is working. So, oh, there it is. So Sabretooth converts his temporary fury to a passive fury 2 ways. You can either use his SP1 or you can back up and just stand there for about a second, similar to Crossbones. Crossbones is overdrive. And I'll see if I can take Daredevil out and get lucky. Of course not. And there we go. Yes, Dion, I have 5-star Domino. Thanks for bringing that up, though, because that reminds me of something I wanted to say about why I'm going for 5-star Core and Arena. So, most skill champions in the game, they rely on deep wounds to get their maximum effect. Blade, Gwenpool, Killmonger, I mean, even Massacre and Taskmaster, both are all those champs. They rely on bleed damage on offense. Now, Gladiator Hulk's got a stun with Crowd Frenzy on the SP2, but it won't be necessary there. So I'm going to take a break here to continue explaining why I'm going for 5-star Core and Arena. So Korg is one of the few skill champions in the game that he doesn't rely on bleed damage to get his maximum effect. I mean, other skill champs I can think of, there's Crossbones, and it's so hard to think of anyone else. So my mastery setup, I favor Mystic and Tech champions. I run Mystic Dispersion at 5 out of 5. I run the Tech Mastery at 4 out of 5. I've been using Loyalty to get Tech cores for the past few months, so I can also max out the Tech Power Mastery. That really makes Tech Defenders on Alliance War defense a lot better at the high levels. I believe level 4, it's a 13% power gain reduction. At the max level, I think it's 18 or 19% power gain reduction. So if you're fighting like a Sentinel or Iron Man Infinity War or Ultron Classic, if you rely on characters like Blade or Spider-Man Stark, if Blade has less power gain, that's less regeneration. If Sparky has less power gain, that's more time that it's going to take to get his SP2 to get his maximum damage. So against defenders like Iron Man Infinity War or especially Sentinel, it really makes those defenders a lot stronger when you get reduced power gain against them. So going back to Korg, I have 1 point in deep wounds because I don't have more points to put in because of Mystic Dispersion and the Tech Power Gain inhibit. So because of that, and because Thor Ragnarok is one of the best movies Marvel did, and Korg is hilarious in it, and he doesn't really rely on a lot of bleed damage to get his maximum effect, and he's going to be a Nightmare Alliance War defender, And as a plus, he also has very good prestige. So all of those reasons are why I'm going for Korg in Arena. Going back to Dion's comment on Domino. Yeah, 5-star Domino is great, but 1 point in deep wounds, that really makes her a lot less effective for questing or on Alliance War defense. So against Yondu only does his arrow attacks on the first and third light attacks that he does. So if you keep your distance, you can parry him 100% of the time, and he will never inflict bleed or armor break. Obviously this won't work on stun immune, but in Arena, the best way to fight Yondu is to keep your distance and parry an attack. It's also usually easy to get him to use his SP1. There it is again. So yeah, Yondu's Yaka arrows are on the first and third light attacks of his combo hits. Keep your distance. If he can be parried, Yondu is nothing special. Time for my favorite part in Arena. It's using the big weapons. Okay, so I'm gonna use some rank 4 5-stars here, and I'll start using the 6-stars starting next round. I try to match them on synergy if possible for the PI boost. That'll give more arena points. And sometimes it can be useful, like I think Star-Lord and Rocket get extra armor. That can be a lifesaver in these rounds of Arena. So with crossbones in Arena, always, no parry, but I always try to start off with overdrive to get as much damage done as quickly as possible. Got a little lag there. I want to say thanks to my alliance mates for pressing the help button, because that's usually what causes it. And 18 hits him down. Crossbones is a beast. No second thoughts taking Crossbones to rank 4 as a 5-star. So for you guys watching, Kabam made their announcement on the Mystic Dispersion and Dexterity beta testing results. If you guys haven't heard, you can check out the forums. Mystic Dispersion is getting a monster nerf, so Mystic Wars will officially be over starting next week. Kabam did announce that they will be refunding units and loyalty spent on the Mystic cores. And then they're gonna take those points out of everyone's mastery next week. If you choose to put points back in MD, you'll be able to do that. Unfortunately, as of now, Kabam will not be offering any refunds for Awakening Gems and Signature Stones or Tier 2 Alpha Catalysts or other rare rank-up resources used on Mystic champs. So if you guys have any comments on that, I would love to hear what you guys think about that situation. Me personally, I'm very triggered because I used the 5-star generic gem I got from Labyrinth of Legends exploration on Dormammu 15 days before that beta testing was announced. And very much regret it now that Dormammu's going to be much less effective on Alliance War defense. At least I didn't take him to rank 5. I feel real bad for players that did that. Okay, now I can start using my 6-stars. Okay, so we'll go with Rocket, Ultron, and Star-Lord. Let's see, Cookie. I think Kabam said it's going into effect on their next update, September 5th. I believe is when. If you go to the official MCOC forum, there's both the announcement by Kabam Mike and the commentary thread. The commentary thread's already probably close to 20 pages, or 10 to 20 pages now. Okay, so I'll put Ultron against Deadpool because he's bleed immune. And then, yeah, Star-Lord against Green Goblin because he's got to get some wicked regen if he gets all those orange buffs. So, yeah, if you guys have Mystic Defenders that you ranked up for Alliance War, I know one of our officers and best teammates, Abraxas, he's got a 455 Juggernaut. Sorry, man, you're getting screwed on that. Not completely. I mean, those champions will still have some use in Alliance War, but for anyone who fought, who took Path 9 in, say, Tier 1 to 5 Alliance War, if you ever fought a Juggernaut on the debuff immune mini-boss, that was a really tough fight no matter who you used. Blade, Voodoo, Magic, all very hard fight. Now it's not going to be nearly as hard because Dexterity will no longer feed Mystic Dispersion. I forget if it's going to be not at all, or if the Precision buff that activates, you can see it right there in the corner. Star-Lord has it. It will only expire when you land a hit now. So if you have Sparky, screw you, because your Spider-Man Stark just got a whole lot better against Mystic Champions in Alliance War starting next week. Shouldn't say that, I actually have him too, but he's at rank 2. Not awakened. No plans to rank him up yet, but once the Tier 2 Alpha Catalysts become more available, he's going all the way up. Okay, let's see if I can get Goblin to use his SP2 now. Probably not. Come on. Shit. And that is one of the things I hate most about fighting Green Goblin when he's this strong in Arena. You can be trying to evade his SP2 all the time, and then you happen to evade it when you're trying to create space. But I think Star-Lord's got to get this one. Just barely. Thank you. Yeah, 34,000 points. That would have sucked to not get that win. Okay, so with Rocket, I'm going to get his kinetic shield up, because that's going to reduce the damage he takes from basic attacks. Now I just need Cable to use his special attack. Hopefully he doesn't do what Goblin did. Use it right when I back up and I get caught. There it is. Now I can't use Rocket's SP2. It hits massive, but it does do bleed damage. I don't want to risk the degeneration against a 6-star rank 4 or 5 Cable. It's probably going to be massive. Ha! Yes! Sam knows what's up. Let's see, you took your, yeah, Mordo to rank 4 and 4 points in MD. A lot of players, as you can, if you do go to the official forums and check the comments on the MD announcement, you guys will see that a lot of players ranked up certain Mystic Champions exclusively for Alliance War defense. I'll continue on this. Hold on, let me just pick my champs. Oh, it looks like I miscounted. Whoops. So we'll just put Hawkeye in here then, since he's got that power drain. But yeah, so going back to what Sam said, a lot of players ranked up Mystic Champions exclusively for Alliance War defense. Especially once Alliance War Seasons was announced, those rewards in the Platinum and the Master tiers, even the High Gold 1, a lot of motivation for players to help out their alliances with, you know, ranking up strong defenders. The one positive is that Kabam has not ruled out the possibility of issuing either Mystic Rank Down tickets or Awakening Gems. They haven't ruled that out yet. What they said is that once the changes go live, they are going to be monitoring the stats on Mystic Defenders. They said that Dormammu and Juggernaut are two that they are going to especially keep an eye on, because they know how the current Mystic Dispersion and Dexterity mechanism, how much it helps those two champions in Alliance War defense. However, just like Sam said, Mordo is another champion that really gains a lot from how Mystic Dispersion and Dexterity currently work. That's because with Mordo's power drain, you end up spending a lot of time trying to bait his special attacks, even if you have power control champions, even if you have a Hawkeye or a Voodoo or a Magic on him. Well, maybe not Magic with the SP2 luck, but you can lose fights just from trying to bait special attacks against Mordo if he doesn't take the bait. Alright, one of my favorite champions, Proxima Midnight. Here we go. So we got her parry mission first. I really hope Storm doesn't go all or nothing, because she does wicked special attack damage when she has high power. If she lands her SP2 now, I'm done. So, gotta be careful here. I don't want to get caught like I did against Green Goblin. Oh, crap. Come on. There it is. Okay, cool. So you can see Proxima Midnight's temporary prowess buff there. For when it's temporary for 10 seconds, it does 250% times the normal special attack damage that she normally does. When the 10 seconds is up, it becomes a permanent passive effect for 200% special attack damage. And none of that's going to matter if I can't get Storm to use her SP2 again. Uh-oh. Crap. Attack, please. Thank you. Got lucky there. So once the fight after this finishes, I'll start showing you guys how I've spent the last few months practicing intercepting in Arena. It's made a huge difference with using Proxima Midnight in Alliance War. A lot of players were saying when Proxima Midnight first dropped that she would not be a good Alliance War attacker because of how long it takes to complete her missions. Now, if you struggle with intercepting, that's going to be true some of the time. However, if you learn how to use her to intercept, I think the fastest I've been able to accomplish all 3 of her missions in an Alliance War fight was 90 seconds. So, she still needs to get a 100-hit combo to use her signature ability in Alliance War, but she doesn't need to if you complete enough of her missions. Her special attacks will do immense damage without her signature ability. Proxima Midnight's signature ability, its only necessary use is Labyrinth of Legends. Outside of that, her sig ability really doesn't make a difference in game modes where you use her. So, I've got the arena streak at 14 now. So after this, I'll officially be in the streak. Oh crap! I did not mean to put Sentinel against Kingpin. It's gonna make his incinerate damage a lot less effective, but let's see how we do. Yes, Dion, intercepting advice is coming soon. So Dion's one of my teammates in BG4 in our alliance. We were both in hyperactive before we joined BG4. Dion's definitely one of the most skilled fighters we've got. He's also one of the most entertaining to chat with. Uh-oh. I can get some power drain there with Voodoo, so no big deal. So, okay, 2 more fights, and hopefully the arena AI will change to be more similar to Alliance War. So Kingpin's not the best champion, but at 6 stars, there we go. If you can get that Fury buff, it does a lot of damage. I think it increases his attack by close to 2,000. Oh, uh-oh, that's it. Jeez, I don't know how that didn't take him out. And now, of course, he doesn't want to attack. Come on. Nope, just gotta stand there and do nothing, so I can't bury him. Ho ho ho! Looks like John's got some fighting words for our alliance leader. Uzi, if you're watching this, check out the comments. So when you're using Sentinel on attack, if the AI is blocking, do as many attacks as you can without finishing the combo. That's going to increase his analysis charges. Now, some people say that Sentinel is not that much better when he's awakened. That is a lie. Sentinel becomes significantly better when he is awakened, because if you can get the opponent to use the same special attack right there, watch how long these incinerate debuffs are going to last if they stay. You got 1 to stay. Kingpin and his wannabe Agent Venom ability. Okay, so now we got 15 wins. We can start talking about some other stuff. Let's see. So for this arena, for the whole month, I've been ranking up arena fodder champs so I could avoid getting death matches. I've got 117. It doesn't matter. I try to avoid it. Nope, no luck. Got 117 4-star champs. 39 at rank 4 or higher. I did mention earlier that even though the streak officially starts at 15, for the next few rounds after that, you can still get death matches. And here you go. Prime example. Hopefully I don't choke like I did in Catalyst Arena. Uh-oh. Yep, 5-hit combo already almost dead. Very lucky there. If you're fighting Medusa and you can parry her, her Living Strands does not activate if you use a heavy attack. Let's see if Winter Soldier can get some power drain and some bleed damage. At least you got bleed damage. Not looking good right now. Still no power drain. Oh, she got me. As you guys can see, even at 4 stars, Sparky absolutely destroys. He is easily one of the best champs in the game. Let's see how much we can get on his SP2 here. Now, gotta be careful on this fight because I lost to Rax in the Catalyst Arena with this matchup and it cost me the streak. For anyone that has a Symbiote Spider-Man at a high ranked 4 or 5 stars, there have been a lot of videos being posted on Reddit about how good of an attacker Symbiote Spider-Man is for some of the harder matchups in the game, like Iron Man Infinity War. People have been posting videos and he does a very long armor break on his heavy attack right there. And it turns out, I think if you have the Petrify Mastery or other masteries, Symbiote Spider-Man is a very underrated attacker. Not in good shape here again. See if I can get a parry and an SP2. Of course. So notice how the AI did not use a special attack. A lot of other fights there they were using it no problem, and I lost the streak. So let's see if we can get it back. Great. Actually, I'm going to check in an Alliance quest, see if my path is open. Yep. For anyone that has a Hulk, Hulk is very good for the Sentinels and Alliance quest. He can permastun Sentinels pretty easily if he uses a special attack when he has Fury active. Sam just asked, can you imagine Arena with a timer like an Alliance War? Oh, God. I really hope not. That would be a nightmare. Check out some of the Arena rewards. Alright, I got Sentinel duped, or Awakened. Got more shards. Yeah, having a timer on Arena, I think that might be enough to get a real boycott. Unlike the 4th of July one that everyone bailed on when they found out what kind of deals Kabam was offering. Alright, well, since I lost the streak, looks like I'm going to start using units to refresh my 6-star champions a bit early. So once I get back to a spot where the arena teams end up where the arena matchups end up being difficult with the high-ranked 5 and 6 stars, I'm just going to start refreshing the 6 stars to get to a point where I don't have to worry about death squads. I'm going to say hi to Abraxas if he's watching too. So if you guys are following with the comments at all, if you can't tell already, we do like to troll each other non-stop in BG4. So yeah, the trolling never ends. No one is safe, ever. That's probably the reason why I enjoy playing with these guys as much as I do. It's not the actual game, it's the fun we have with each other in the chats. It really helps things not get boring. So if you're fighting Mephisto, it can be tricky to counterattack his special attacks. His SP2, you want to wait until like he starts to raise his arm in the air, and then you see the aura of incineration. So right when he raises his arm, that's when it's safe to counter, unless you're at close range. Mephisto's SP1, you can evade the bones or whatever the hell he throws at you and then counterattack, but the best way that I recently found out, if you want to counterattack Mephisto's SP1, when he like shoots his hand out and he shoots the fire at you, back up twice and then wait for him to shoot that bone projectile. And after he throws that, then you can counterattack. It's a lot easier to do that than trying to evade the bone projectile with dexterity and then attacking. Easier to counterattack at further range. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Dion. I'd go with more power control champs. My mistake was to not go with higher PI teams. Even when you get to 15 wins, if you use high enough PI teams like 3 max to 4 stars, you won't get death squads. If you go a bit lower, like you guys saw, I got a death squad and I got screwed. So anyone that has MODOK, very fun champion to use. He doesn't get a lot of credit for how good of an attacker he can be. He does a lot of incinerate damage on heavies. And his ability to reverse power gain is very useful. And the servers are having trouble. Same old, same old. I don't know if that's Abraxas or not, but yeah. Juggernaut's going to be a shell of himself on Alliance 4 defense. First, we got the Sentinel update in a Alliance quest that kind of nerfed Wolverine and X-23, Rogue 2. Now we're getting the Mystic Dispersion nerf. For those of you that have been watching since the beginning, thanks for your patience. I know I promised intercepting advice. Bear with me. I'm not going to lose the streak this time. Alright, it is. What's up, Abraxas? Ant-Man might be in all or nothing mode, but if he does use the SP3, at least he'll get a power sting. Alright, took him out before he could. Yes, you will. Yeah, that is probably the only plus about the MD nerf. Kabam has said that they will be refunding units and I believe loyalty for players that chose to unlock that mastery. Let me try to find the link. I'll see if I can post it in the chat where they have the details. I'm gonna see if I can find it here. Okay, I got the link. There it is. Yeah, so you may... So to go from level 4 to level 5 Mystic Dispersion, that's 2,400 units alone. Just for that one level. I just posted the link in the chat that you guys can check out. That's the official announcement on how the Mystic Dispersion Dexterity nerf is going to work, when it will go into effect, what players are going to get back. Yeah, so Abraxas, I'm actually going to be going back to full Mystic Dispersion because Dr. Voodoo is such a beast with it at 5. So Mystic Defenders are going to be the ones that are going to be hit hardest by the nerf. Juggernaut especially, Dormammu especially, Morningstar a little bit, but Morningstar will still be a monster for questing and as an attacker. Champions like Hood, Guillotine, I'm trying to think who else, but the nerf will not have too much an effect for attacking. It's Alliance War defense where the changes will be most noticeable. So this is one of Groot's few uses, is against Punisher in Arena. If Punisher does see now, normally the bleed damage on this would be like 50% or more. Groot's bleed immune, so no worries there. Come on. Good point, Abraxas. Yeah, Mystic Dispersion, 3 is kind of the sweet spot where you get some really beneficial effects. 4, also great. 5 at Mystic Dispersion 5, you get the max potential for attackers, but there's also a big risk there. If you're fighting certain champions and you don't manage both your own power and their power well, you can... Crap. There's a good example of not managing power. You can get full bars when, say, you want to use like Magic or Voodoo's SP2. Very easy to get pushed to max power, and some Alliance War fights like bosses, that can cost you the solo because you'll time out. Yeah, Mystic Dispersion at 3 for Magic is a lot better than Voodoo, because if you can get the opponent in the corner and just intercept and spam or SP2 all day, you're getting constant power over and over again. That is one positive about Sentinels and Alliance Quest. You get a lot of practice against them, so when you fight them in Arena and other modes, it's easier not to feed the analysis charges. Nice. Looks like one of our viewers is from Ukraine. That's pretty cool, Mr. Dog. That sounds weird to say. Dion's from Holland, so I think those are both Europe. I'm not the best at geography. That's one thing that's really cool about Contest of Champions, the whole Alliance, the Alliance mode. You get to meet people from all over the world. We've got a lot of US members. MK is from India. She's on a break right now. We got Dion in Holland. Renaud is from Australia. We got people from all over the place. Queen from France. Okay, I'm gonna put Sentinel against Killmonger since he's got armor break. If anyone has trouble against Killmonger on a Alliance War defense, the trick is you want to get him to use his SP2 more than his SP1. That's one trick, I mean. When he uses his SP1, he gets 2 charges that if you attack him while he blocks, he goes unstoppable. The timer is pretty long for those, for I think close to 20 seconds. When he uses his SP2, he gets indestructible charges. Those aren't as bad as him going unblockable if he blocks one of your attacks, though. Has anyone watching heard any rumors about the next month's event quest by chance? I know that Trucos, they did some data mining and they found a danger room quest that's that we might be getting next month. Something about picking different danger room difficulties. So there, I've heard some rumors that next month's event quest we're going to be getting new mutant champions. That is correct, Abraxas. Gotta land hits on Killmonger to get those indestructible charges going. But yeah, I'm curious if anyone watching this has heard anything about what kind of quest or what kind of champions we're gonna get next month. Nice. It looks like we've got Queen watching now. Queen's an officer in BG4. Queen's also one of the best grinders we've got in BG4. When I joined Hyperactive, which was the last alliance, we were in Queen was one of the members that were there, where I saw some of her arena streaks and scores and was just blown away. Uzi's another one that I thought I could grind arena, and then I got to Hyperactive and I saw what they were doing, and I was a long way from the level they were doing. Is anyone excited to watch the new season of Iron Fist that's going to be out, I think, within a week? Season 2 of Iron Fist is supposed to be getting released on Netflix, I think in the first week of September. It's usually pretty easy to bait Ultron's SP1, so if you're fighting him in arena or somewhere else and he's getting close to 2 bars of power, you can usually stop attacking and he'll throw it up pretty reliably. You can evade his SP2 if you evade the his 2 energy beams or whatever the heck they are. It's similar to Spider-Man's SP1 but easier. Alright. Looks like John's excited for Iron Fist, the Season 2. I'm very excited. The preview looks excellent. Alright, and MK's here now. MK was the person who recommended me to Hyperactive when we were all still there. I had met her a few months before that. So, look MK, I'm finally doing live commentary, just like you asked, you know, months ago. MK was the one who, or Mahi was the one that has been pushing for me to talk in my YouTube videos for the longest time. Hi, Mahi. Yeah, John, I know your name because it's in the chat. Sorry, that's hard to miss that one. Night, Mahi. I hope work's getting a little easier for you. Try to bait Archangel's SP2 because if he lands his SP3, you're done. Long stun, long poison, long everything that sucks. And he's not taking the bait. Hopefully I can get a long enough. Okay, we're good. Deadpool X-Force, he gets some good bleed on his SP2, so even if the Archangel would have gotten his SP3, would have bled out. This time okay, so I got Killmonger to his SP2. There we go. I also try to get Killmonger to use his SP2 because his SP1 covers more room. So if you're fighting him like in Alliance War and he keeps spamming his SP1, it's real easy to get cornered. Those projectiles cover the whole screen, both of them. So there we go. Where his SP2, he does one jump and he stays in that area. Killmonger's SP1, if you evade both projectiles, the first one will cover the full screen. And then the second one, that's gonna cover where you backed up to. So Killmonger's SP1 is much better for getting you cornered. I remember the first time I fought one in Alliance War, I had a rank 4 5-star Ultron against a maxed 4-star Killmonger on the Spite node, I think 44, and I got absolutely wrecked. Use your special attack. It's playing hard to get. Let's see if we can take him out, please. Of course not. And got some luck there. Well, it looks like John's fighting Abraxas in chat, so if anyone wants to take bets. Oh no, Abraxas was talking to Mahi, my bad. Alright, so I'm doing 2 more fights. I'm gonna go through some 5 stars. And then I'll start refreshing the 6 stars. Let's see. King Groot has one of the worst reputations for being an attacker. He's actually underrated though. I don't know how it works, but okay, so now he's in cooldown mode. There's different things you can do you can see that gray fury buff. So when his timer ends, he's got to get those as extra fury buffs. And he can actually stack a lot by doing that. I think Rich the Man made a video recently about King Groot as an attacker. I think he got him as a 6-star. But yeah, Rich the Man made a video on King Groot being a good attacker, and he's actually not bad if you can stack enough fury. think I just may have connected two and two. So Sam, you're the same. Are you the same Sam that was in TEB with me, and you're in BG4 now? If so, sorry for the late acknowledgement. Oh yeah. Yeah, depending on the state you live in, Abraxas, green can be a very good thing. That is one of the benefits of living in Vegas right now. Sam, if you're still watching, you're the Sam in the Alliance with me? We were in TB together? That Sam or different Sam? Oh, jeez. So Sam and I go back, I think longer than anyone except for maybe Mahi. We were in an alliance called TEB, the Elite Breed, for like 6 months. And then I left to join Hyperactive. Sam found another group too. As soon as Uzi told me about BG4 forming, once I committed, Sam was the first person I hit up to try to come with me. Okay, so one more fight with the 5 stars, and then we're gonna start fighting arena whale style with refreshing the 6-star champions. Yeah, Sam and Abraxas, we just need to get Reem on here and we'll have everyone who's a fan of green, I think. Dion, if it makes you feel better, Domino's the only 5-star champion I got that was actually featured in a crystal. You have to open so many of those featured Grandmaster crystals to get the 5 stars. I think the only other ones I've gotten from the featured Grandmaster crystals, Ghost Rider and Beast, were random. I haven't gotten a 5-star champion from a Grandmaster crystal ever. And yeah, Domino, Ghost Rider, and Beast, so really can't complain about that luck. I know what you mean, Sam. Jeez. A few weeks ago, I think for an Alliance War fight, I may have taken some medication a bit earlier than intended. Fighting cable on No 24 did not go as planned. Got the win, but it was pretty sloppy. Okay, so now we're going to start refreshing the 6 stars. What the? It's weird. I guess you can't use units to refresh if you have the stamina refills? I wanted to save those for item use, but it's just 5 of them and I have a lot of boosts saved up. Weird, well, this is the first time I've used a stamina refill, so... Anyone watching know if you have to use stamina refills before using units? Cool, thanks, Dion. What 6-star champions are you guys hoping to get? I was very lucky to get Luke Cage as my last pull. So stoked about that. Luke Cage is one of my favorite champions to use. I'd been debating ranking him up to rank 4 as a 5-star since I have him duped for the longest time. But I held off because I thought I might get him as a 6-star, and that's what happened. I'm going to show you guys how I use Kingpin to try to get that Fury buff. So heavy attack, dash, heavy attack again, dash, and heavy, there we go. Doesn't always work, it's a lot easier to get Kingpin's heavy attack, or 3 heavy attacks for that Fury buff, if you corner them. But that heavy attack, dash technique, it does work some of the time. There we go. I'll find out right now. I only have 2 more stamina refills left. So I'll use the last 2. I chose the arena compensation package. I wouldn't call it compensation exactly. It's not sure how Kabam's team figured that out as compensation. There we go. Okay, recharge 20, yeah. So I had to use the stamina refills first to be able to use units. So I saved up units and arena chips all month. My goal was 6,000 for this arena. I got about a 2,000 or 2,500 from quests and arena milestones, so solo milestones too, and then I got the other 3,500 from battle chips. I opened 100 uncollected battle chips, I think yesterday. I got about 22 to 2,300, and then I opened well, that was at once, and then I opened another 10 later last night, and I got 300, and then another 75 from 50 today. Very lucky with that. The uncollected arena crystals, sometimes you get a ton of units, sometimes you only get gold. Yep. So Kingpin's heavy attack and dash attack strategy worked again there. But now I've got Gamora cornered. 1, 2, and she didn't. She used a special attack to cancel the third one. But that's how you want to. That's the best way to get Kingpin's Fury buff active. RNG is your friend, Matthew. Getting a Blade and Ghost for your first 2 5-stars, that's excellent. Guillotine was my first. I think Magneto was my second. Shout out to Your Name and Bowser on that one. And I think I got Hulk after that, and the rest are a blur. But yeah, Blade and Ghost. 2 very good 5-star champions. I mentioned Luke Cage being one of my favorite champions. Mahi actually has the 6-star version duped. So good luck beating that luck. It's, man, that would be awesome to have a 6-star duped Luke Cage. Just able to evade Kingpin's SP2 there all the way. I've been meaning to make a video about the best way to evade different champions' special attacks. Right, watch the kid right there. So, the best with Kingpin's SP2, he has a little wrist motion before he shoots the beam. That's what you want to look for. All champions have what I call a tell that you want to look for with how to evade their special attacks. So Cyclops, his SP1 can be hard to evade. The animation is delayed from when it starts to when he shoots his laser beam. Now, when Cyclops activates his SP1, the screen goes dark, and then he leans his head forward just slightly before using it. So, and the tell for Cyclops' SP1 is right when he starts to move his head forward. That's when you evade. And you can evade all 3 attacks. Yellow Jacket's another one. So his SP3, it is possible to evade all 3 hits of it, even at point blank range. Let me see if I can get him to do it. I made a video on it. Okay. Oh well. So Yellow Jacket, he also has a delayed animation on when he shoots his laser beam. He'll start to move his stingers at least a good half second, or yeah, probably about at least a half second before he shoots his beam. You want to look for when he starts moving his stingers forward to evade the laser beam. He moves his stingers backwards before he moves them forward to shoot. So yeah, most champions, if you can figure out the tell on their special attacks, you can pretty much evade it. Catch up on some of the comments here. Okay, so Matthew asked what's good about Luke Cage. You might want to get some snacks. This is going to take a while. Sarcasm aside, Luke Cage does extra damage for every debuff you stack on your opponent. So he has a 30% chance to stack exhaustion buffs or debuffs. So for every exhaustion debuff he stacks on his opponents, he hits harder. The exhaustion buffs that he stacks on opponents, they also reduce power gain by 25%. So not power gained from being attacked, but Hyperion's power gain, Morto's power gain from Mystic Dispersion. Every debuff or exhaustion that Luke Cage stacks, it reduces that power gain by 25%. If you stack 4 or more, power gain goes to 0 for those things. He's also bleed immune. He has critical hit resist, or no, physical resistance on non-critical hits. And when he's awakened, he gets temporary invulnerability, where he takes no damage. That makes him arguably the best champion in the game for tanking SP3s. Let's see how hard Kingpin's SP3 can hit with the 20% bonus and the Fury buff. Because when the AI does it, when the 6-star Kingpin does it in Arena, it KOs no matter who I have. That's part of it, Matthew. Luke Cage does huge damage unless you're fighting like on a debuff immune node. He's a great counter for Mystic champions that have power, and for other champions that have power gain. He's bleed immune, so you can use him in Alliance Quest map 4 or map 5 and 6. And since both him and Red Hulk got their buffs, he's now a top Alliance War attacker. If you check out the profiles of a lot of like Master and Platinum 1 alliances, you now see Luke Cage as one of the top 4 champs in a handful of those members. And that means even more now because the top alliances at that level, the most important thing is prestige. And Luke Cage has okay prestige, but definitely not as high as most champs you see in the profiles of those players. So yeah, about 15,000 damage on that SP2 there for Luke Cage. Yes, Abraxas, nailed it. So once I get to 30 fights, I'll start going through the other champions. I'm not going to risk losing the streak because I put in lower champs in the 20s. Tough call. I'm going to put Luke Cage against Red Hulk, because Red Hulk is definitely a tank and the exhaustion will help do more damage. Wow. So Luke Cage had 8 exhaustions there, and he did more than 20,000 damage on his SP2 against Red Hulk, who has one of the biggest physical resistance stats in the game. Ghost Rider's he's God tier, Matthew. I know a lot of people don't like Old Man Logan. When I first started playing, Old Man Logan was actually one of my main champs at 3 stars. I really liked playing with his fighting style. I think a lot of people kind of write him off because of how much he feeds Mystic Dispersion. He is absolutely one of the worst attackers for Alliance Wars against Mystic champions. But if you can use his ability to get all of those Fury and Precision buffs, he's not that bad of a champ. And especially now if you put him with Sabretooth, I think he gets a 120% health bonus when he attacks. So match him with Sabretooth and he's not a bad champion. And Ghost Rider, probably the second best Mystic champion in the game. Second or third behind Voodoo and maybe Magic. Yes, I am using an iPhone. I wanted to stream with the Streamlabs app. I heard a lot of good things about that app, and I looked into it. It looked very easy to use, but it doesn't have external audio support, and the microphone support wasn't working. So I went with DU recorder again because I've used it before. So I'm going to get Rocket's his blue shield up because that helps with special attack damage, and Cable's not taking any bait right now. See if I can take him out with the SP2 before degeneration hit kicks. Yep. Yes, Sam, Taskmaster is also very underrated. The most well-known champions in the game are usually ones that are a combination of the learning curve to use them is not very high, and they're also like very good. Like if you look at Corvus Glaive, you parry and attack, but he's now arguably the most sought-after champion because of how useful he is in Alliance War, also for the Legends titles. Yeah, if you look at Blade, not very hard to use. I mean, parry, hold, block to regenerate. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is a lot of skill involved with using them. One of our members, Spartacus, he posted a video of using Blade against Yondu on No 24 in Alliance War and how to decide when to use, SP1 or SP2. So it does take skill to use Blade effectively, but not too hard to learn to use them. Champions like Taskmaster, what's another one? Proxima Midnight, because you have to intercept. Some champions like that have a lot of potential. They get overlooked sometimes, though, just because it's not a champion you could figure out how to use in a few minutes. Sparky's another one that not hard to learn to use, but hard to learn to become effective at using. Because you really got to master those evades, and that does take practice. We use Kingpin's SP1 now to reduce the accuracy of goblins of regeneration. I think I know why there might be lag. If the sound is lagged, I did exit the screen recording, I believe, or I minimized the game while recording was going on. If you use an iPhone, that causes the sound to lag. Thanks for the support, Matt. Always happy to get more subscribers. Okay, so Cable's SP1 you can fully evade. I'd mentioned the tell before. The tell on his SP1, you have to evade twice. The first time is when he starts moving his gun forward, and the second time is immediately after. So I'm going to see if I can get him to use his SP1. No luck. Just hope he uses the SB2 now so I don't get caught with the third one. Nope, time to get all or nothing. Yep, all or nothing. Yeah, Matthew, Voodoo is my favorite champion. Like Abraxas said, I do have a good amount of videos of using Voodoo in pretty much everywhere. But Voodoo's potential and utility is off the charts. I mean, up there with Ghost Rider. He has to be awakened, but once he is a monster. Once this fight is over, I'm gonna close and reopen the game so the stream will stop for just a little bit. That should, if there is a sound lag for some people watching, that should get rid of it. And it'll only take maybe half a minute or less. Okay, I'll be back in just a bit.